year for show jumping. In 2016, the Longines Global Champions Tour grew bigger and better, with yet more iconic locations playing host to the world's top horses and riders. And this year it was joined for the very first time by the Global Champions League, a groundbreaking team concept that saw riders from different nations join forces. 8 months of cracking sporting action culminates here in Qatar's capital, Doha, where both the league and the Tour's 2016 champions will be crowned. Now in its 11th year, the Global Champions Tour is the brainchild of Dutch Olympic gold medalist Jan Tops. The world's top 30 show jumpers compete in 15 cities around the world for a prize fund of over $11 million. The tension at Qatar's state-of-the-art equestrian complex Al Shakab is palpable as preparations have been made for the final showdown of the season. There are just 2 riders still in the hunt for the overall Champion of Champions crown. After 14 hard-fought rounds, it's Sweden's Rolf-Göran Bengtsson who has a narrow lead over 2-time champion Edwina Tops-Alexander. She made her intentions clear right from round 1 when the tour kicked off on the sun-kissed shores of Miami. Back in April, against the glittering backdrop of the Atlantic Ocean, sun-seeking fans packed out the white sand arena as the world's best pairings turned out for the opening event. Gaining points throughout the series, the best 8 scores would contribute to the year's final rankings. It was Edwina Tops-Alexander and her 13-year-old mare Lintia Tequila who led the way after taking top spot on the podium and first in the overall leaderboard. But Miami was just the start. The tour visits some of the most glamorous locations, and just a week later they extended their reach, stopping off for the very first time in Mexico City. Flying through major cities such as Shanghai, Madrid, Paris and Hamburg, celebrities and royalty experienced the VIP treatment as they watched show jumping's elite, including the world's top 2 riders, Simone Delestre and Germany's Christian Ullmann. They monopolised the top of the rankings leaderboard until the midway point. Synonymous with the tour, the voices of commentators Stephen Hadley and Stephen Wilde have followed the stories of each exciting destination, and together they recollect some of this year's standout performances.
For me, head and shoulders above the rest was the jump-off in Antwerp.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago now. It was the 3rd one of the season. Florida Mariposa and Penelope Lepreveau went very early in the jump-off. I think they probably went first, if I remember right.
Yeah, they did.
I have never seen a horse go so fast over 160 in my life. It was electrifying.
She had the guns to do it, yeah, but she still had to do it, and she did.
Well, for me, my favourite would be Monaco, just purely because the speed of that was like anything I've never seen. But I mean, Casper, Emanuele Gaudiano, again, back to a little bit like Harry, not always thought of it as the fastest horse in the world, but he went off and gave it absolutely everything he'd got. And the others just couldn't get close, and it just kept getting faster and faster and faster. And that was just, in that small arena, was electric.
Previous legs in Chantilly and Cannes in June saw Edwina Tops-Alexander chip away at Christian Ullmann's rankings lead. With just 6 events remaining, she was in 2nd spot. But with 2 championship titles already behind her, she knows what makes a winning formula.
I think the key to winning the championship in the past for myself has been consistency, and you know, I think getting as many placings as you can on the podium, and of course winning as much as you can, but trying to be, you know, throughout the whole tour consistent. I mean, I've had 4 very strong placings, and I've had 3 other placings that haven't counted, so I've been semi-consistent. Really important to know your horse, really important to know your horse well, and I think, you know, the tour is so diverse. You know, you have a big ring like Mexico, and then you have a small ring here like Monaco, and you know, they're all different size rings. So being good in all conditions at the end of the day is crucial.
We know they've got the pace under the bonnet. So far, it looked very impressive.
She rose to the challenge yet again in Portugal, where a silver medal saw her claim back the leading rider's armband. Regular podium finishes for Rolf Goran Bengtsson meant that he too was challenging the rankings lead, but it was in Valkenswaard in August where he really stepped things up.
This is quicker. This is where Laura was quick though. She's lost a little bit. He's using a little bit of the stick. He's got to go. Let's see if he can take one out. He's standing off it.
Oh, this is close.
He's done it.
He has. 41.36. Doesn't get much closer than that.
Taking top honours again, he was now trailing Edwina by a mere 5 points. A 5th place in Rome saw him shoot to the top of the table, for most down to the consistency of his 17-year-old stallion, Cassel Ask.
I saw him the very first time in Neumünster at the stallion presentation. He was only 4 years old that time. I was just there to watch. And I remember asking the people there, is there any new stallion coming up? And they said, I think this one here is an interesting stallion. Can still remember his white face there, and I saw him jumping, and it was okay. And then slowly by slowly we went on to build a relationship with, it's over 10 years now, because he's a very, very natural, careful horse. And that, I think, is the bit of the secret why he's still, by 17 years of age, he's still jumping better than ever.
A lead of 5 points meant that he could now clinch the championship at the penultimate event in Vienna. 2 costly time faults from Edwina meant that Rolf was in an even stronger position, and the weight of expectation was on him.
Good turn. A very good turn. A little bit up, I would say.
Yeah, second, well, one just over a second.
There's the time to beat.
Oh no!
They just had to keep asking, haven't they?
Yeah, you know, out of his comfort zone.
Yeah. Well, we'll be off to Doha then.
Yes.
Simple as that.
Rolf's championship hopes would have to be put on hold once again, and just 5 points clear of rival Edwina, it would be a nervous wait until the finale in Qatar.
So it all comes down to here in Doha, where in just a few hours' time, the final chapter of the 2016 story will play out.
After the break, we'll revisit some of the best bits from the first ever outing of the groundbreaking new team competition that is the Global Champions League.
The Global Champions League. An electrifying evolution of equestrian team sport, where the world's elite show jumpers form new alliances, develop new rivalries, and go into battle in thrilling competitions worldwide. Staged in breathtaking venues across some of the world's most iconic city and Riviera locations, witness the next generation of equestrian contest. Be part of the action and cheer for the champions.
Reasons to invest in Macedonia's free zones. Fully developed industrial parks, lowest operating costs in Europe, free trade access to Europe, 0% tax for 10 years, grants available for construction and job training, one-stop shop and quality aftercare service, skilled, competitive and dynamic workforce, 12th globally in the ease of doing business and 6th in Europe. Invest in Macedonia's free zones.
historic love affair with the horse is the stuff of legend, and it's a romance that continues to this day. Nowhere is this more apparent than the jaw-dropping Al-Shakab equestrian complex in Doha, the perfect backdrop for the final round of the inaugural Global Champions League. This innovative new series played out on some very special stages alongside the well-established Longines Global Champions Tour. It heralded the start of a new era in the sport, bringing show jumping's best together in multinational teams for the very first time.
12 teams representing different tour locations were created. With an amazing €7.5 million prize pot, the league began back in April on the white sands of Miami.
Thousands of equestrian fans, celebrities and beachgoers gathered at this unique venue to discover how the fast-paced team event would unfold. The concept's simple: 5 riders to a team with 2 competing at each event. Each rider aims for a fast, clear round, and their combined scores decide which 8 teams progress to round 2. Every team has to include one under 25-year-old, and it was the unlikely pairing of young Irish superstar Bertram Allen and show jumping's veteran John Whittaker for Valkenswaard United, who saw off the home side Miami Glory's Ken Farrington and Georgina Bloomberg to take the first victory.
He's trying to be quick. It's going to be time that's going to decide this. He keeps it clean to the last. 52.72. He's lightning fast.
Very smart ride. Very, very smart.
With its fast-paced format, the league was designed to attract new followers to the world of show jumping, and it didn't disappoint. In Mexico City, fans watched as the Shanghai Swans made a flying start to their campaign. And just a few weeks later in Shanghai, it was the Qashqai Charms who were riding high. In Madrid, the crowds roared as the Rome Gladiators made their mark on the series with the pairing of Laura Kraut and Laura Rennick.
She's got a chance, this.
She is.
Yeah. Cuts in and gets a good round. 69.10. Mahais up there, part of the team.
The inclusion of an under 25-year-old in every team aims to help young riders progress within the sport. And for Emma Heiss, who at just 17 years old is one of the youngest on the league, her team's victory in Spain had been inspiring.
This year, it's more about me learning the ropes of the team because I've never competed on a team, and just being able to watch up close and personal and being able to understand what the riders go through and walk the courses and watch the classes.
I'm so pleased with her progress, and I think it's been a great experience for her to be a part of this team. Though she hasn't competed, she's really gotten to feel what it's like to be on a team. She's gotten to learn about the strategies, the importance, the nerves, you know, how different people handle it, which I think is really important.
Valkenswaard United had been leading the way up until the midway point in the season, but back-to-back rounds in France saw the battle intensify with the first win for Monaco Aces in Cannes, which saw them steal the top spot.
Go on, Michael.
He's made it.
Yes.
He's made it. Well done. Brilliant ride.
An epic win for Antwerp Diamonds in Paris kept them in contention, moving into 3rd in the overall standings.
Good girl.
Gets there. Does it well.
Yet another podium finish, the kings of consistency, Valkenswaard United retook the overall lead, and it was John Whittaker and Bertram Allen who had been the driving force behind much of their success.
Well, there's 40 years between us. I think first and foremost they have to be good. The horses have to be good and we have to ride them good. That's the most important. Age is not such an issue in this sport.
The Whittakers and John were definitely the biggest, and to be so friendly now with John and to be riding with him and winning with him is just brilliant.
Bertram's very natural, he's very fast, and you know we kind of use both our different assets for to the situation we're in.
The league arrived in Vienna for the penultimate round, with just 1.5 points separating leaders Valkenswaard United and the Antwerp Diamonds. And its new followers were now totally engrossed.
Yes, we love it. The whole thing is very great. We were talking about it, about you know, the outfits, the colors, the whole marketing concept. It's very great.
I think it's really good for the sport because I think that it brings diversity in and it opens it up to different people who haven't always embraced or don't know about the sport as well.
The novel concept of pairing international riders together has made for some exciting rivalries, none more poignant than that of Michael Whittaker riding for Antwerp Diamonds, battling against his brother John for Valkenswaard at this pivotal stage of the series.
This is where the pressure really is on. And then do they take into consideration the time or not? Michael is, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh, well, that was skillfully done. The horse eyed up the other fence on the way.
Four faults for Michael left the Diamonds on the back foot, and it was up to Bertram Allen to cement his and John's lead.
He's got to go this quick, hasn't he?
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. He's coming.
Yeah, he's got the inside one that Laura didn't.
The time.
It'll give him the space, won't it?
Yeah, he's got him. He's got to leave this up.
He's got there. There we go, 64.03. What a man, 1:29.49. The time for Valkenswaard United there.
A third-place finish for Monaco Aces meant that they too were still in the running as they headed to Doha for the final showdown.
So it looks to be a three-horse race to the finish, with the winners set to make history as the first ever league champions.
After the break, we'll find out who will emerge victorious in both the league and the Tour.
The Global Champions League. An electrifying evolution of equestrian team sport, where the world's elite show jumpers form new alliances, develop new rivalries, and go into battle in thrilling competitions worldwide. Staged in breathtaking venues across some of the world's most iconic city and Riviera locations, witness the next generation of equestrian contest. Be part of the action and cheer for the champions.
I've always been drawn to Japanese culture. A culture truly modern, but steeped in tradition. The spiritual and the city living side by side, two worlds colliding. The little things come so easily to the Japanese, everything by design. Flying with ANA, I'm in Japan the moment I step on board.
History was about to be made at Doha's majestic Al-Shakab Equestrian Centre as the riders made their final preparations ahead of the first ever Global Champions League finale.
It's the indomitable pair of John Whittaker and Bertram Allen who have led from day one, but there are three teams in contention to take the title, so the pressure is on the leaders to perform here in Doha.
Lying third in the overall championship, a clear in round one from Monaco Aces Michael van der Vleuten meant that they were still in contention, but 3 poles down for his teammate Daniel Blumen put them out of the running. So it was down to the leaders, Valkenswaard United and Antwerp Diamonds, with just 8.5 points separating them, to battle it out for the title in round 2. And it was looking good for the 6-time Olympian John Whittaker.
Tight turn back to the last 2 fences. 6 strides and a long stretch.
His clear round left teammate Bertram Allen in a strong position as he made his final bid.
Oh my goodness me, that was a...
No.
Heavens above, Bert.
Having clocked up 12 faults, their overall championship chances were looking doubtful. All that Antwerp Diamonds' Harry Smolders needed to do was to go clear to clinch victory.
Come on, Harry. Oh, he's one fence. Oh, and it's one fence there.
It was a costly pole for Antwerp Diamonds' overall championship challenge. The final rider of the evening would decide the class's podium positions, and they'd have to wait and see what effect that would have on the final standings.
Time ticking away, 1:45, 1:47. He's got time to get home. It looks good, and it's enough. 1:53.57, and it's a clear. It's a big smile across their faces. What a way to finish. Could it be a massive week for Rolf-Göran Bengtsson? We will see, but the Paris Jets finishing top here in Doha.
I wanted to do a clear round and a quick round. Nicola worked it out very good in the end there. Pressure was a little bit less, but still you have to be clear, right?
Antwerp Diamonds also made the podium, finishing third behind Paris Jets and Cannes Stars, but the result wasn't good enough for them to overtake the long-time league leaders, Valkenswaard United. Their sixth-place finish was enough to see them crowned overall league champions, taking the lion's share of the €7.5 million prize fund.
I don't think I've ever been so nervous watching a competition in my life, because I think it's fair to say we were quite confident how we came into it today, and things started to go a little bit wrong, you know, but anyway, we stayed in front.
It started to look good, and then it looked bad, and then it looked a bit better, so it kept changing around, and we didn't know what way it was going to go, but in the end it swung our way.
With the league champions decided, all heads turned to the tour, and at this final event the spotlight is on two riders, with Sweden's Rolf-Göran Bengtsson vying for top spot with Australia's Edwina Tops-Alexander. Bengtsson has a narrow 5-point lead over his rival, and this would be his first ever overall tour victory, having come close in 2 previous occasions. On the other hand, Tops-Alexander is looking for a record 3rd victory, so we have the perfect ingredients for what should be a tense season's finale.
Edwina looked focused as she entered the arena in round 1.
Edwina Tops-Alexander, Lindsay Tequila. Basically, she needs to put a clear in here. She's got to be round about top 3 to clinch this.
Watch and enjoy. Because this is important. Very.
Very, very simply. Can't have a fence. Oh!
Pace, I could see it coming. Too much pace.
With a total of 8 faults in the end, Edwina was out of the running, and the overall championship belonged to Rolf-Göran Bengtsson. He now also had the chance to take the class as well, but he faced fierce competition in the jump-off from the likes of former world number 1, Daniel Deusser.
Oh, my goodness me, look at this.
Oh,
my goodness.
Every effort.
37.70.
And look how much that's made up.
Oh, gallops to the last. 36.84. Is it enough?
Meredith Michaels-Beerbaum also proved a force to be reckoned with.
36.84 is the time to beat, as you can see.
She's still
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What a brave shot. Now, can she turn fast enough? And is she fast enough? I don't think quite. Come on, Meredith, gallop to the last. It's going to be close, but not quite, is she?
Which is a bit off, 37.26. Second place for Meredith Michaels-Beerbaum.
The last to go, Rolf and his stallion Cassel-Ask knew exactly what they had to do.
36.84. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now is it fast enough? He's got to do something death-defying here now.
He's very close to it.
Very close indeed. It's he's done it.
Go on.
Come on, Rolf. Keep going. 36.84. He surely got him, hasn't he?
He looks faster. He is faster.
36.44. Wow.
What a way to finish. Rolf-Göran Bengtsson takes the final Grand Prix of the series. He takes the overall championship.
Rolf-Göran Bengtsson was the man of the hour. Not only did he take the win in Doha, but also the overall championship with Cassel-Ask. Having twice finished runner-up, it was the fairy tale ending he'd been looking for since joining the tour in 2006.
It was an amazing evening. My horse Cassel-Ask was just flying today. This time I really hoped that it would happen, and then it finished off even better to win even the class tonight. That was something really, really good.
Well, I'm sure the party's going to continue long into the night in celebration of what is a truly deserved first success for Rolf Goren-Benson and what's been a hugely successful season. 2017 then promises to deliver even more top-class sport from these world-class riders, and with some new locations on the horizon, I for one can't wait.
Both the Tour and the League will return in 2017, visiting yet more iconic destinations. Show jumping's top horses and riders will be back competing for record prize money in these world-class team and individual events featuring champions from around the globe.